Imagine making $10,000 every single month. A luxury apartment, a brand new car, expensive vacations, the latest gadgets. From the outside, everyone believes you've already won. But one day, you die, and your family discovers you were completely broke. This isn't the story of a poor person. It's the story of someone who earned more than most people ever will, yet still lost the money game. Meet our main character. She worked for one of the biggest technology companies in America. Every month, her paycheck arrived like clockwork. Her salary was higher than most families earned in an entire year. Friends admired her, coworkers envied her. Social media made her life look perfect. Every weekend, she celebrated success, luxury restaurants, designer shopping, weekend trips. It felt like she was living the dream. Whenever she received a raise, her lifestyle grew even faster. A bigger apartment, a newer car, more subscriptions, more monthly payments. Without realizing it, she had entered a trap that millions of high-income earners never escape. It's called lifestyle inflation. The more you earn, the more you spend, until your income and expenses race together forever. Most people think a higher salary automatically creates wealth. It doesn't. A higher salary simply gives you the opportunity to become wealthy. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover why people earning six figures often end up with less wealth than someone earning half as much. And once you understand this, you'll never look at money the same way again. At first, the changes seemed harmless. A better phone, a nicer watch, a few online subscriptions. Nothing felt expensive until everything became expensive. Every new purchase added another monthly payment. One subscription became five became 12. Without noticing, money started leaving faster than it arrived. She still earned $10,000. But somehow, there was never enough left at the end of the month. She couldn't understand why. Instead of asking, "Where is my money going?" she blamed inflation. She blamed taxes. She blamed bad luck. But the real problem was hiding inside her daily routine. Small decisions, repeated every single day: a luxury coffee, food delivery, ride sharing, impulse shopping. Each one felt small. Together, they became enormous. This is how wealth disappears, not through one giant mistake, but through hundreds of tiny ones. Psychologists call it lifestyle adaptation. Once something becomes normal, you stop appreciating it, and immediately, you want something better. The salary that once felt incredible now felt ordinary, and ordinary was no longer enough. Without realizing it, she had become trapped, not by low income, but by a lifestyle she could never stop paying for. Then, one ordinary Tuesday morning, everything changed. Her company announced an unexpected restructuring. No one knew who would still have a job by Friday. For the first time, she felt something she hadn't experienced in years. Fear, not because she lacked talent, but because she depended on every single paycheck. That evening, she opened her banking app. She expected comfort. Instead, she found panic. The numbers didn't lie. A high income, very little savings, and payments, waiting for next month's salary. She suddenly realized if her salary stopped today, her lifestyle would survive only a few weeks. She wasn't wealthy. She simply looked wealthy. And those are two completely different things. That night, sleep never came. Questions filled her mind. Where did all my money go? The answer wasn't hidden in one big purchase. It was hidden inside hundreds of ordinary days. Every swipe, every tap, every monthly payment built an invisible lifestyle she could no longer afford without her paycheck. And that's when she made one decision, a decision that would completely change her financial future. The next morning, she didn't open her email, she didn't check social media. Instead, she opened her bank statement. For the first time, she decided to face the truth. Page after page, the same pattern appeared. Coffee, food delivery, subscriptions, shopping, tiny purchases with massive consequences. None of those purchases were life-changing, but together, they quietly consumed thousands of dollars every month. She finally understood. Money doesn't disappear overnight. It disappears, one small decision at a time. Then, she asked herself one simple question. If I lost my job today, how long could I survive? The answer terrified her. She wasn't living on freedom. She was living on next month's paycheck. That realization changed everything because for the first time, she stopped trying to look rich and started trying to become rich. She canceled subscriptions, sold things she never used, and tracked every single dollar. At first, it felt uncomfortable. Her friends kept spending. She kept saving. People thought she was becoming cheap, but what nobody realized was that every dollar she didn't spend was buying something far more valuable: freedom. For the first time in years, her money had a purpose, not to impress strangers, not to chase trends, but to build security. She made one simple rule. Every paycheck, she would pay herself first, not last. At first, it wasn't a huge amount, just a small percentage. But consistency would do what income never could. Week after week, month after month, her emergency fund slowly grew. It wasn't exciting, but it brought something priceless. Peace of mind, for the first time, a surprise expense. Didn't feel like a disaster. It became just another bill. Then, she discovered investing, not gambling, not chasing quick money, simply owning great businesses over time. She stopped asking, "How can I get rich this year?" and started asking, "Where will I be in 10 years?" That single shift changed every financial decision she made. Short-term pleasure, lost to long-term freedom. Months passed, then a year. Her salary had barely changed, but her wealth finally had. She finally understood. Wealth isn't built by earning more. It's built by keeping more and letting time do the rest. Then, something unexpected happened. She received another promotion, and with it, an even bigger paycheck. A year ago, she would have celebrated by upgrading everything. This time, she smiled and changed almost nothing. Her apartment stayed the same. Her car stayed the same. Her lifestyle stayed the same. But her investments grew faster than ever. That is the moment most people never reach. When your income grows, but your spending doesn't. This is where wealth begins. Not because you earn more, but because the gap keeps getting bigger. Every extra dollar was no longer spent. It became a worker, working to earn even more money. For the first time, money worked harder than she did. Years passed, the habits stayed, the discipline stayed, and slowly, her financial life became unrecognizable. The strange part? Most people around her never noticed the difference, because real wealth is usually quiet. She no longer wanted to look successful. She wanted to be financially free, and that changed everything. 10 years later, her income had doubled, but something else had grown even faster. Her investments, every dollar she invested, had quietly been working day and night while she slept, while she worked, while she lived. This is the power most people underestimate. Not talent, not luck, but time. Because money needs time. Just like a tree. You can't plant it today and expect shade tomorrow. Most people quit too early. They expect results in weeks. Real wealth takes years. One afternoon, she opened her investment account and quietly smiled. Not because she had become rich, but because she no longer worried about money. That is the real definition of wealth. The ability to make decisions without fear. She finally understood. Financial freedom isn't about buying everything. It's about needing very little. Ironically, the less she tried to look rich, the wealthier she became. The woman who once depended on every paycheck now had something far more valuable: choices.
Years passed. Life became quieter. She no longer chased every trend. She no longer needed anyone's approval, because real confidence had replaced expensive appearances. Her emergency fund protected her, her investments supported her, and her habits guided every decision she made. One afternoon, a former coworker called her. He earned even more money than she did, but he had a problem. His salary had increased. His expenses had increased even faster. He asked, "I make more than ever, so why do I still feel broke?" She smiled, because years ago she would have asked the exact same question. She didn't give him a complicated answer. She simply said, "Your income isn't the problem. Your lifestyle is." Then she asked him, "If your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how many months could you survive?" Silence. That silence was the answer, because wealth is measured by time, not by income. If your money can support your life without your paycheck, you own your time. And when you own your time, you own something money alone can never buy: freedom. Now, let's go back to the beginning of this story. The person who earned $10,000 every month and still died broke. That wasn't her story. It was someone else's, a coworker who earned even more than she did. Everyone admired him. Luxury watches, luxury cars, luxury vacations. He looked like the definition of success. Until one morning, the office received unexpected news. He had passed away. A few weeks later, people discovered something no one expected. Despite earning hundreds of thousands of dollars, he had left behind almost nothing. The expensive house was financed. The luxury cars were financed. The lifestyle was financed. He had spent years building the appearance of wealth instead of building wealth itself. That day, she promised herself that no matter how much she earned, she would never confuse income with wealth. Because the richest person in the room isn't always the one driving the most expensive car. Sometimes, the richest person is the one who owes nothing and owns their future. Think about your own life. If your paycheck stopped today, how long could your current lifestyle survive? Would you have days, weeks, months, or years before money became a problem? Your answer has nothing to do with your salary. It has everything to do with your habits. Because wealth isn't built on payday. It's built on every ordinary day between paydays. Every dollar has a job. You can spend it, or you can let it build your future. The choice will never feel important in a single day, but over 10 years, it changes everything. Remember, people don't become wealthy because they earn the most. They become wealthy because they keep what they earn. One day, people may admire your success, but they'll never see the thousands of quiet decisions that created it. The goal was never to look rich. The goal was always to become free. So, before you chase a bigger paycheck, ask yourself, are you building income or are you building wealth? Because in the end, wealth isn't measured by how much you make. It's measured by how much freedom your money gives you.